I'm supposed to be heading out into the woods today to go figure out this weird Sony thing for shooting video. But it's like a hurricane out here. Look who's back, it's Nicole! So we've braved the Great Scottish Hurricane of 2018 to head to this bit of the river, and we're gonna be playing with the Sony because I need to get used to Sony and see how it works for video. It's got 3 months to win me over.
This beat my ice cold Michelle, fight for that white gold.
Alright, so the sun has finally come out. We've been shooting for the last couple of hours and it's been a bit windy. A tree almost fell on us.
Like death experience.
Yes, but we've survived so far today. It's been a bit chilly, but it's been alright, hasn't it?
It's been not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's the worst of it because we got to try and cross the river. Which means we got to go in the river, which isn't going to be all that fun. But yeah, so far the Sony's been doing okay. We've been using, well, I've been using a Nikon adapter, and I've got the 105-2.8 macro on there, and the 50mm 1.4, and we've got Paul's weird Pentax K-mount Samyang cinema lens, which it's an alright lens, but it's a Pentax K-mount cinema lens. Kind of weird, but they all work on the Sony, but all manual focus.
Now don't believe me, just watch. Now don't believe me, just watch. Hey, 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 stop and wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor in it. That's what I know. Julio, hit the stretch. Okay.
All right, cool. Do you want to take your jacket off and just throw it down on the? No, I mean like for the camera. So the plan now, I'm trying to think, we've got one bit to shoot on that rock, and then I think we have to go in the river and across to the other side. Well, I do, you don't. I got to film from the other side. She gets to stay dry on this side for a little while, and then she gets to go in too. Okay. Yeah, so I have to get in that now, in the water, and the sun's not out, it's just cloudy sky, and it's cold, but I gotta do it, so I gotta do it. This is not gonna be fun. Alright, so we have abandoned the water. We sacked that off completely because it is just far too cold. Even though the sun's out on that side of the river, it's not out on this side of the river. And it's too windy. Although that is actually dying down, although you wouldn't know it by looking at the clouds. But we are going to shoot a photograph on this side of the river. Up on there. She's going to stand up on that. I haven't decided if I'm going to shoot it with this or with Paul's Sony yet. I'll probably shoot it with this, I think. Yeah. So, we are exploring further downriver, to see what else we can find and not get stung by nettles. But there should be some parts of the river further down that have a bit more sun, as you're seeing now, and we're going to see if we can find some of those where it's a bit warmer. Alright, so we've come down by the waterfall, and there's a huge fungus growing on the side of this tree, but now we're going to make our way down to the waterfall and see if we can do it without killing ourselves, which could be tricky. Oh shit. At least you're not bad as Paul.
Yeah, no, I've actually done really well.
Yeah, you have. Because She brings sensible footwear. Ugh. We have sunshine! So we have made it down to the waterfall. It's way back there. There it is. And oh wait, there goes the sun again. Who turned the sun off? You look like you're in deep thoughts.
I am. I'm like looking at the sun like, come back. Come back to me.
So, you're probably wondering, what happened to the river and the woods and Nicole? Well, the woods and the river are still exactly where I left them, but Nicole had to go home. She had stuff to do. You're probably also wondering, what the hell? You switched to Sony? Well, no, not exactly. I'll explain. And you're probably wondering about this too. So, for the last couple of years I've been shooting video with Nikons. I got the D800, the D5300 that I use for vlogging, and I got a couple of D7000s, and for the most part, for shooting 1080p, they've been okay. They're not amazing, but I can upload custom profiles to them and get a flat, neutralish looking shot that's identical in all four cameras, and then grade them the same in post. But I need to step up to 4K. For the last year or so, I've been trying to figure out which way I want to go. It started off with the A6500 and then the GH5, and then Sony went and announced the A7III and like really confused me. But then a couple of months ago, Blackmagic came along and announced the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which is interesting, very, very interesting. 4K DCI 12-bit RAW video for less than £1,100 or $1,400 if you're in the States. At UK prices, I can get two of those for the same price as one A7III, and I'm going to need to get 2 or 3 cameras. That doesn't come out until September, so basically Sony has the next 3 months to try and win me over and convince me to go with the A7III. Now this isn't the A7III, this is the A7II, but I figured before I go ahead and waste a load of money renting an A7III that I might ultimately decide I don't like, I'll just borrow an A7II for a while, just to get used to Sony's system as a whole. I do want to be quite clear about this because I know the thought has entered some of your minds and it's probably going to have upset a couple of you. I am not switching away from Nikon for stills. I have no reason to. I mean, I've got like 15 film and digital Nikon bodies. Anything I want to shoot, at least one of those bodies can satisfy the need. I really have no desire or need to even upgrade to newer Nikon, so I'm certainly not going to look at another brand for stills. But when it comes to video, Nikon doesn't exactly have the best track record. So right now, it's going to be between the Sony A7III and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K. If the Pocket Cinema 4K is as good in the real world as it looks on paper, I don't think Sony will stand a chance. But we'll see. I'm still going to give Sony a fair shot and a good try out over the next couple of months because I need to get used to their system anyway, because that's what we shoot for DIYP. So at all the shows, if we're shooting Sony gear, I don't want to have to rely on someone else to set things up for me so that I get the best footage to bring back home and then edit. But I really do think I'm going to be going Blackmagic. So let's get to the box.
What's in the box?
This arrived while I was out. Ooh. See, one of the things in this journey to 4K, regardless of which camera I go for, whether it's the Panasonic GH5, the Sony A7III, or the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, is I'm going to need faster memory cards. Now, my fastest card is this one that I've been using for the last couple of months, which is the ProGrade V60 UHS2 card. And it's really, really nice. Now, none of my cameras are UHS2, and they don't write out anywhere near fast enough to utilize a card at this speed. But for transferring the footage and photos off this and onto the computer, it's rapid. I love it. But going to 4K, I'm going to need something possibly even faster than this, especially for 12-bit RAW video. So, just arrived the ProGrade V90 card. This one is V90 250 megaseconds. The other thing in this box is because the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K can put out some really high bitrate RAW content. And it also has a CFast slot. Well, I don't have a CFast reader, so now I do. So this is ProGrade Digital's new UHS2 SD card and CFast 2.0 card reader. It's a USB 3.1, Generation 2, Type-C, so it has a Type-C socket on the back, and it comes with a regular USB to Type-C cable and a Type-C to Type-C cable. Also in the box is this little metal plaque, which is kind of interesting. Apparently, this is for sticking to the back of your laptop screen. I don't have a laptop here. It's on the way. I have a new laptop coming, so when I get it, I will show you. But this essentially sticks to the back of your laptop. That way, when you're working and you're out backing up in the field, this sticks to it. And now you don't have cables and crap dangling all over the place and card readers getting lost because they were just hanging down off your leg. So that's it. That's where's Nicole gone. That's what's the deal with Sony, and that's what's in the box. So I think that's it for now, and I'll see you next time.